Hi. As the title suggests, I will be talking about The Catcher in the Rye and my thoughts on it. I got this book for my birthday. Well, a week after my birthday. The bookstore that I got it from initially didn't have it, so they had to ask a different bookstore to deliver it, which took some time. But a week later, I got it, and from the 20th of May to the 10th of June, I was reading the thing. My overall thoughts on it? It was good, it was pretty good, it really was, no lie. I refrained from using strong terms like amazing or peak cinema here, but overall, it was a very enjoyable read on my end. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with an entire recap of the story, but I'll give you a general synopsis. The book follows a 16-year-old Holden Caulfield after being expelled from Pensy Prep School. The entire book happens within a span of over a weekend. If I'm being honest, I had my doubts getting the thing. Because it was a classic, I've never read classics, it was an older book. I didn't know I thought it was gonna be boring. Well, I didn't think it was gonna be boring, I just had my doubts. If I thought it was gonna be boring, I wouldn't have bought it. But my expectations were shaken. What made it so interesting was the narrator, Holden himself. The way Holden thinks and addresses people and things killed me. Us hearing the story from Holden really made the thing as good as it was. Because if this was told in third person perspective, my god would it have been boring. That's not even me hating on third person or anything. Because nothing really happens in this book. I mean, after Stradlater punches Holden and Holden leaves the school, nothing really happens. It just becomes a wandering simulator. Some highlights in the story was when Holden got punched by Stradlater, another one being when Holden got punched by Maurice. Yeah, now for someone who's 6 foot, has grey hairs, and smokes cigs at the age of 16, you'd think it'd be a little bit more intimidating. But he did mention he can't even form a proper fist with his right hand, so. Another thing worth noting is that near the end of the story, when Holden name dropped the title, I just started getting hyped for some reason. Genuinely, I was shaking, giggling, kicking my feet back and everything. It had me like, He said it! But the reason behind why he said it was pretty deep, with him wanting to be the catcher in the rye, stopping kids from falling off the cliff and landing into the adult world. That's definitely something I didn't get from a video analysis. That was all my interpretation for sure. Yeah. Another point is that this story didn't really monopolize on some of its happenings. Like once again, Stradlater beating up Holden, Maurice and Sunny, Jane, all characters and events that your average story would take and build conflicts and plot points off of. Especially Jane. That girl is a poltergeist in the book. Her appearance is blueballed again and again. Anytime Holden is on the brink of giving her the buzz, nope, he's not in the mood. You could argue that it's more realistic, but I don't like that argument all too much. Realism and probability isn't always the best way to measure how good a story is. Even with me saying that, I don't care all that much if J.D. Salinger didn't monopolize those aspects of the book. Because The Catcher in the Rye isn't your traditional A happens, which causes B to do that, which then affects C type of story. It's just watching Holden and his character tell and experience that short weekend. And I can tolerate nothing happening in a story, although there has to be something within that nothing. For example, good dialogue, nice aesthetic, or interesting characters, things of that nature. So, yeah. I don't know how to end off a video. Drawings. I made some art of Holden. This one isn't finished because I'm a lazy bum. And this one is of the scene when Holden was looking in the mirror after being punched by Stradlater. I usually post these drawings on my TikToks, not too much. Thank you for looking at them. All I can say is that I've said everything I wanted to say. There's more I can say, but I'm not a video analysis type of guy. I just wanted to speak my mind. Sorry if this video feels out of structure or it's just really weird. I'm new to this and I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. You can really tell. But other than that, goodbye.